And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in to BHLC podcast right down here at 21st Germantown. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Got a great show for y'all tonight. Got a great guest, a good friend of mine. First, got to go over a couple of things. Give love to my first and most important sponsor, 21st Germantown, down here at 1481 South Shelby Street here in Louisville, Kentucky. Let me do this here. They got karaoke going on tonight at 9:30. So y'all come on down here, listen to some karaoke. Listen to some Milli Vanilli or some lip sync going on. It's definitely going to be going on some Milli Vanilli. So don't get too unhappy because this ain't real. So with that said, also I got a couple more things to go over. Much love to one of my sponsors, Dr. Kane Smile Center out on LaGrange Road. Thank you for being a sponsor. And also my other sponsor, Nicole Scott Dot Incorporated, Clothing Apparel. She has very diverse clothing for everybody. So check out Nicole Scott Dot Incorporated. Go online and check that out. Also, too, I want to go one more thing real quick. September Awareness is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, which is kind of correlated to Mental Health Month. So make sure you get your mental health checked out. Make sure you go and talk to somebody if you need to, if you have some mental health problems. But this is National Suicide Prevention Month, and it's affiliated with mental health. So make sure you get checked out. And I'll talk a little bit more on that a little bit later. Also, a thing I like to always say too is learn, share, and inspire. LSI, learn, share, and inspire. I'm big on that. And one more thing, I'm on YouTube channel, BHLC Podcast. I'm on Facebook Live right now. I'm also on Spotify. If you want to give me a listen. Also, I'll be at the Louisville Comedy Club next month in October. Don't know the date yet, but I'll get that to you too. Okay, now with that said, I'm going to bring in my guest because he done came in here and he's waiting. Good friend of mine. I'm going to let him tell his resume a little bit to you, because I don't want to mess that up, because I've been known to mess up light-skinned things. So, y'all give much love to my good friend, The Mario. The Mario, give him a good big head light. What's going on, The Mario?
What's going on? Love is
What's
Brown,
up,
big
man?
head, light skin, comedian.
Hey,
What's
that's
up, man?
right.
It's been a long time,
I
man.
finally
Good to
got
see
you on here. I'm glad to have you on here, man.
Man, I'm glad to be on, man. I
You look
appreciate
good,
it.
man. You looking good and healthy, man. You know we go way back, so you look good, man.
Man, I'm trying to stay young, man. I'm trying my best, brother.
And you look good. Hey,
I've been going
look,
to the
just
gym
tell
and
them.
getting
I like
fat.
to start my podcast off with you telling a little bit about yourself to the people so they know who they're listening to.
Man, I'm comedian The Mario, man. I'm a child of God, first of all, man. I believe,
That's right.
I believe in trying to get to heaven, even though I keep doing stuff to go send me to hell. I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to, work it out. I'm trying to take some people to heaven with me. You feel me? But man, you know me.
Yeah.
I just, nothing but fun, nothing but funny. I love, enjoy entertaining people. My mission in life is to, help everybody get to their purpose. And one laugh at a time. That's what we're doing. I've been around for a while, Midwest, especially in the Louisville, Kentucky area. I was born for the city. Born for the city. TV, television, radio, internet. We do it all. We try to do the stand-up. I've been back in the stand-up game since the beginning of the year. I came back from retirement, man. Since then, I got my parodies popping out. I got songs all over iTunes, so make sure you go download all my music, my parodies. I got a parody dance song called Church Boy. You gotta go get it, bro. You gotta go get it. But here lately, I've been doing the stand-up, and I've been pushing the first ever. What comedian pushing a board game? I got a board game called Shut Somebody Up. You gotta go to my website and get it. So that's what I've been pushing, man. But at the same time, trying to take care of the family, trying to take care of the community, trying to do everything I know to do and still be here, to try to make people laugh and have a little fun, while I'm doing it. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what's
So that's
up,
where
man.
we at.
And I know you're a person of God. I am too. I'm always light-skinned praying. So with that said, I got you. I feel you on that because I started wearing my shirt today, say God first. But I wore my big head light-skinned comedian podcast because I feel you on that.
Man, I'm gonna start a podcast called Medium Head Brown Skin Comedian.
Stop it,
That's what mine gonna be.
man. Because we go, man. I think about some of the comedy shows we've done. I'm gonna go into that too, man. But I just want, me, I'm about having fun, man. That's all I'm about, is having fun. If you don't want to have fun, you might not want to be around me. That's just why, because
Right.
it's soul, and I think that's what God want me to do. That's what He put me here for, to have fun and be blessed. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. So, but now with my father more, man. Let me say this, man. I want to look. I really don't get into politics too much, but I gotta ask you, just your opinion. And I got to ask your opinion. What was your opinion on that, man? I know you see it on the thing, the debate, Trump versus Harris. I really don't get into politics too much, but I got to talk about it. I got to talk about it just a little bit.
Man, I'm lightweight political. I'm Baptist political. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, I just care about the people, man. But when I watch that, when I tell you, let me preface this by saying, nothing about Donald Trump's politics is not for me. There's nothing about Donald Trump's politics that entices me. Let me tell you something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But as a comedian, the dude is gold. Let me tell you, he is one of the funniest people. He's one of the funniest people on TV right now. Listen, I'm talking about Jimmy Kimmel's funny, but Donald Trump is hilarious. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, bro. Man, but I'm watching the debate, and the highlight of that debate for me is when Kamala almost cussed. That was my favorite part. She almost cussed. She said, "This."
Look, I almost slipped out.
Black people all over the world was finishing her sentences. Mother effer, ugly boy, silly ass, goof. Everybody was this goof ass. Say it. Everybody was like, "Say it, say it." I got mad at her because she didn't say it. I was like, "Say it, girl." I just wanted one time. Just let one slip. Let one slip, boy. That's exactly what we needed. She want to get the black vote back. She just need to snap off one good time.
Right.
Step up. Look, all the black people be back on the side again. You feel me?
Right.
That's what I'm.
Well, let me tell you what I'm gonna tell you what I told somebody at my job site, my work, man. It's just me. Like I said, I ain't Democrat, Republican, and my opinions expressed in my podcast are free. So it's just me. But my thing is this: I always tell people it can just be me. But anytime, look, when you debate, it's nothing against Trump, for real. When you debating a black woman, arguing with a black woman, I ain't seen one guy win yet. He could be green. He's not gonna win a debate with a black woman.
Listen, I ain't never won. Let me tell you, I ain't never won. I ain't never won. I'll tell you that.
I like to see that guy if he's won one, because ain't nobody never really won no debate with no black woman, and she's gonna get the last word in. So,
right? No, for real.
Real talk, man. So
real talk.
But
see, I'm an independent voter myself. I'm an independent voter. I never listen. I don't respect people. I think it was Chris Rock the one said it, but I'm with him though. I don't really respect people who just make up their mind about issues based on titles and what they, you know what I mean? I don't do that. I want to listen to your, you know what I mean? So even with Donald Trump, and this is what people don't get mad at me. They get mad at me when I say this, but he's not always wrong. You know what I mean? He's ridiculous. Right. He's funny. He's goofy, but he ain't always wrong. You know what I mean?
No.
He was, and they were mad at him because he was talking about they was eating the dogs and the cats, and everybody was like, "That's crazy. That's crazy." Listen. You know how much Chinese food we've been selling? At the mall, they're giving samples. All of that ain't no chicken. I ain't never seen no chicken taste like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, bro. We all been to Double Dragon. We've been to Double Dragon.
Yeah,
we've been eating dogs and cats too. I don't know if we foreigners. I'm talking about people who legitimately here. We be so cool.
Right. I just know that, man, whenever you're doing debate and the whole world's watching, and then you're trying to be president of the free world, which I don't see too many people running up to sign up for their job. It's rough, and people going to express their opinions. But it's easy to sit back and express your opinions when you're in them shoes.
It's a hard job.
So
you see when
to me, it's not even a job. It's like being in charge of something, and you ain't gonna never get accomplished.
Man,
I'm serious, man. It's that hard of a job. Man. It just so I commend anybody that wants to be president of this world. And this is I will say this too. It's one of my best sayings. I'm independent like you are. I really ain't Republican, I ain't Democrat, because I like to be my own party. That's why I was telling everybody. But that's just the way I roll. But I told them it's work. I said, if I got to pick somebody, I said, so basically I got to pick the best crook. Is what you're saying. Who's the best crook? Because all politicians are crooked. So which one is the best crook? Because they all done lied, they all done had their ways. So and they just trying to help the world out being the president. The president ain't nothing but a bobblehead because everything can go through legislation anyway. But I just want to touch on that a little bit because, like I said, to each his own on their own vote, and I'll respect everybody's opinion. I mean, you have people that really get mad about this on social media. You know what I'm saying? I mean, They really get mad. So,
well, listen, president is a hard job. You see, when Barack Obama first started, he looked like Tevin Campbell. When he came out, he looked like Frankie Beverly, rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's a hard job. That brother went in with black hair. He came out with white hair. I was like, brother, that was a rough job for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it is, man.
Be like that.
It's a tough job. Now, I want to go into this too, man, because I know you've been around this Louisville comedy scene. The Louisville comedy scene for our stand-up, man. How you feel about it right now? I mean, because, I feel like it's oversaturated right now, and it is a little bit, but in a good way. Oversaturated in a good way, because when I first started out, you only had so many spots to go to. Now you got a lot of different spots you can do it at. But the Louisville comedy scene, it is what it is. But how do you feel about it? Because I was going to elaborate a little bit more on that too.
Well, I love it. I was retired for 6 years. I've been out of game. I was out of the game for 7 years actually. You know what I mean? I decided to come back this year. I just jumped back in. I was hosting stuff, but I just jumped back in and stand up. It's a world of different from what it was, a while before. Louisville is really, to me, I love it. It's really turned into a place that is thriving, where I see some comedians who are hungry and serious, where there are some comedians who ain't, they ain't that for real about it, but most of the ones that I see now in the regular scene are serious about, working on their craft and becoming better. And I love to see it, where it's multiple places to go every night. Now it's different, for me, because I used to be the man. I was the stage. I was the platform. I was the one giving somebody a place to go. And now it's just not like that no more. Now, I get to go to places, and it's different when I walk into somewhere and they don't know my name. They're like, "Who are you? Who? Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from here. This is my city." Like you knew, not me, but you know what I'm saying. But I love it. I think that there's so much room for all of us. And I think if everybody keeps the right attitude, listen, competition is good, but I like healthy competition. You know what I mean? I clap for people. I celebrate with people. If it's funny, I laugh. If I can help you away, I'll help you. And if you can help me, I expect you to help me. You know what I mean? So it's good to see. I really appreciate being welcomed back by the community for real, because a lot of people didn't mess with me, you know what I mean, because of the preacher stuff. But now they see me come back, and a lot of people have embraced me, and I'm glad, I appreciate it big time, real talk.
Yeah, I mean, because I want to talk about how, like I said, when we was doing comedy, we was doing it, and it was a great thing. Like I said, it always has been great. I've always loved doing stand-up. But the thing about when we was doing it, though, it seems like we got the groundwork more. Comedians now, they're nothing against the new generation, whatever. They don't understand. You got to go through it in order to understand it. I'm saying, you got to go through it in order to understand it. You know who you are on stage. I know who I am on stage, but there's some comedians who still trying to figure out who they are on stage. And it comes from experience, what we've been through, And with the Louisville comedy scene, it's great. And I've helped out a lot of young comedians if they want the help. I only give it if they want the help. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to give you some good advice. I'm always trying to help somebody out.
Right.
But I just feel like the Louisville comedy scene, it's great and it's flourishing. Like I said, it's oversaturated in a good way. But you got different avenues you can go do your stand-up in. And that's great for all the comedians that are doing stand-up and whoever's putting it out there. So, and go support them. I'm big on supporting them. I'm always putting people's flyers on my page because I stay humble. You stay humble, things come to you in the comedy scene. You be like, oh, wow, okay, you want me to do this? You'd be surprised what come to you. Stay humble. And I know some people are not. That's just in their DNA. But I'm one of those types who stay humble. And I'm always
and I think
I put y'all flyer on my page too. So, so you doing
I appreciate it. I think that it's a mixture. I think it's got to be a good balance of humility and confidence. Be confident without being arrogant. But I feel like there's a certain level, because that was a hard part for me when I was first coming back in. People who knew me already,
Uh-huh.
would say, I'm like, man, I don't got it no more. I ain't got it. And people will come say, no, you just don't seem confident. You just need to be more confident. And when
Right.
I finally start feeling that confidence, it's a difference. You know what I mean? It's just a
Oh yeah.
difference. And so
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. There's a lot of very funny comedians who are, fairly new. Some of them a couple years, what I mean, that I've met, and I really appreciate them. Of course, I'm because me, I'm somebody who I always appreciate
Yeah.
other people's talents, even if they're different from mine. I'm never trying to be better than anybody or claiming to be better than anybody. But I think what you said is really important, just knowing who you are. And I know who I am, you know what I mean? And those who people who like
Right.
me, they know who
Yeah.
I am. And,
I t-
and either they're going to deal with it or not, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, you're freezing up.
Yeah, it's just freezing up. A little
Okay, I
buffering. We
see.
back. We back. Little,
Mhm.
little buffering. That's all. It's just my big head doing all this. So, but
Yeah.
man, I just want to elaborate a little bit on that Louisville comedy scene because it is going places, and I'm always trying to help other people out with it. So more than anything.
Hmm.
So I tell people, man, you really just keep doing it, and you just never know what might come up. Man, I was telling people before I brought you in. This is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, which goes with mental health. Okay. And I
Uh-huh.
want you to elaborate a little bit on mental health because people don't realize how important mental health is, man. I tell people all the time, you'd be surprised how far a hug or a text can go to help somebody from doing something that they get ready to go do, some whether it's suicide or whatever. So you'd be surprised by a hug and a text. I tell people, make sure you check up on your people, whether it's your family, friend, or whoever, just associate. Check up on them because these people would never tell you what they're going through. And that's like I tell people this, being a comedian. There's a frown behind the smile. One of the most funniest guys in the world, Robin Williams, was the most saddest person. He could make everybody else laugh, but he was hurt inside.
Yeah.
So I tell people, man, you really have to, mental health is serious. You can elaborate on it too a little bit. It's just mental health is serious, man.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I'm a witness. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There are people whose lives are their whole everything about their life is about helping other people, lifting other people, making them laugh. As a comedian, I'm a preacher and a comedian, and so
Right.
everything that I do is about helping somebody else be uplifted. But there's times when what I mean, I felt my lowest. And sometimes when
Right.
I'm my lowest is when I'm my funniest, or when I'm lowest, I'm doing my best, to be honest with you. And there are a lot of people who are going day by day, hiding their stuff. You got mothers, you got fathers, a lot of men, especially black men, and church people who
Right.
just they live a whole facade trying to be happy, or trying to pretend to be happy or look happy, and really they're sad. And I tell people all the time, yo, go get a therapist. Go get a
Yep.
therapist. What you want,
Yeah.
if you're not gonna let God do it for your life, God wants you to go ahead and get a therapy. God has
Yeah.
blessed, God has anointed and blessed certain individuals to be able to help you with your mental health.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It's an insult for you to overlook that. Don't do that. It's very dangerous. You know what I mean? Take care of
Yep.
yourself. I tell people all the time, take a break. I learned how to take a break.
Right.
Man, my new motto over the last couple of years has been, if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. I
I
don't feel
feel
like
you.
going. Nope. I'll go home and lay down and just be
Yep.
just fine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Nope. If
Yeah.
I'm not answering, I don't want to answer it. I'm not answering it. I got a whole bunch of unresponded to text messages on my thousands of unresponded text
Right.
messages on my phone right now because I don't feel like answering that. Or
Yeah.
why did you even text me? You could have called because I got to protect me. I got to take care of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
You're
at
right.
the end of the day, we put a lot of stock in the other people, our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our husbands, our wives, the church, our job, other people making us feel a certain way. But it's our responsibility. At the end of the day, you got to take care of you. If you
Yep.
don't take care of you, why would you expect me to? You know what I mean? You don't care
Yeah.
about
That's
you.
right.
I don't care about you then. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm
Yeah,
just
I've
saying.
been there because I'm there with you. Because look,
Yeah.
I forgot what year, but it was a year I took off from stand up comedy. I had to because I had to get myself together, mental
Hmm.
health wise. But that's on me, like you just said. It's on the individual. We quick to point the finger at other people about our own things. Take care of your inside first. Nobody never know what's going on inside of a person. You just see the outside reflection. Nobody knows what's
Yeah.
going on inside. The inside is the darkest part sometimes because we don't address it. And then I wanted to say this:
Yeah.
as men, we have a problem with getting help from somebody that's a therapist or whether it's a friend. We have a problem venting out about our mental health issues, and we should. Men, we
Yeah.
go through it, and I know women have no problem too. Women, they go to doctor, they just emotional freaks. They go get the help. But it's men, Now
Mm-hmm.
we try to. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this and that. I got to do this and that. This for the family, for this, and because I ain't no such thing as mental health for me. There are people walking around right now and don't even know it. I really don't care about having a mental health problem until it hits them hard. And they're like, man, I wish I
Yeah.
would have got help. So I tell people, man, I always, if you don't ever talk to a friend, if you can't afford a therapist, talk to somebody to get some of this stuff out of you. Because keeping the
Yeah.
bottle in is not good, and you just can't do that, man.
Yeah.
It'll come eventually,
Yep.
so it
Yeah.
really will. And you got to keep it now. I know everybody now. Like I said, this might be a touchy subject too for everybody. I'm gonna say this real quick. Like I said, I'm a believer of the Spirit of God too, just like you are. But I know some people are not, and it's no offense towards him, but it's just my
Mhm.
faith and my thing. And I
Yeah.
definitely go to the Word to keep my mental health together too. I think it's a
Yeah.
big part of keeping my mental health together. This world, they said I think I was reading where like 20 or 30% of a lot of problems with people, not just men, both people in general, is mental health. How do we address it? You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at in today's world, in
Yeah.
2024, Generation X here. So
Yeah.
we have to make sure our mental health is right. Because if not, if your mental health ain't right, you can't be right for nobody. If your mental health ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to ask you this too, because being a stand-up comedian, I ask some comedians this sometimes. How'd you get into stand-up? I know I met you. I met you, but you was already doing stand-up comedy when I met you. But how did you get into it when you first got into it?
Yeah. Actually met you right when I was getting into stand up comedy. Um, I was actually our trainer. That's what my daytime job is. I'm a
Okay,
trainer and a facilitator, an instructor,
you
teacher,
got so many
and
hats. You
um
wear so
and
many hats over there.
I was a trainer at a call center, and
Yeah,
I used to have people rolling. And I had
right.
a friend of mine. I called my brother. He's
No,
a white Russian dude named Dennis Modorsky, and that's my buddy, man. That's my guy, man, forever. But he was like, man, he just came in one day. He said, man, I signed you up for open mic. I had never been to Comedy Caravan a day in my life. He said, I signed you up for open mic. I said, man, I ain't doing no open mic, man. I went down there because I'd never been to one. I
right.
had never been to one. And I went down there and I saw some people up on the stage, and I was like, oh, okay. I said, I'm gonna do it next week. I said, I'm gonna do it next week. And then next week I went and sold it out because everybody said I was a comedian. So everybody
Mhm.
came, my people from my job, people from the church, people everywhere came.
Right.
And I did about 8 minutes. I'm supposed to do 5, but I ended up doing 8. And
Okay.
that's on YouTube now. Now, looking back at it now, it was terrible. But
Ah,
that night it seemed like it was popping because they was laughing, it was jumping.
right. Yeah.
And there were
Yeah.
people who refused. There were people who refused to believe it was my first time, and I was like, man, I ain't never did this before. And
Right.
I fell in love with it though. I fell in love with it, and and kept going. And shoot, 6 months later, I was making it to I made it to like the semifinals at the improv comedy
Right.
competition. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you know what I mean? So you kind of know, sometimes what God has for you is for you. You know what I mean? And
That's
it's up
right.
to you to be able to work, what he gives, the tools that he gives you. And he just gave me the ability to make people laugh. And so I learned how to do it on stage in front of people because it's a big difference making people laugh at home and then making people laugh on
That's right.
purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of where I started. And then, like I said, I retired for a while. And then, but I felt like I should have kept going. I'm just, even today it's still a learning process, learning how to be me in every piece of what God has given me to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of, so that's
That's
where it
it.
started, and that's where how's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's a good way you started. Like I said, you just followed your passion, you followed your heart. So it's kind of the same area. I got a story on it, but I ain't gonna go too much into it because my story is
Uh-huh.
really funny. But long story short, man, I just want you to put on this, say on this platform how people can get in contact with you because I'm getting ready to end this podcast. I just want you to put out there how
Okay.
people get in contact with you so you can do a show. If not a show, maybe come talk to them as far as being a pastor. Put it all out there so people can know how to get in contact with you from this podcast. Because people will, you never know, somebody might contact you. So, because I'm going to run this podcast again on my page and people will see it. So,
That's what's
but I
up,
want you
man.
to put out there on this platform how people get in contact with you
All
as
right,
far as
the
social
Mario.
media.
Yeah, it's at themario.com. TheMario.com. You can follow me on every single platform at I am the Mario. Those links are on my website at themario.com. You can to my YouTube and a lot of my videos. You can see right there on the page. You sign up on my website and get some free tickets to my shows. I got every fourth Friday you catch me at Joe's Palm Room. I got a show there every fourth Friday. In November though is my birthday. It's
Okay.
Born for the City Awards. Born for the City Awards. I need all the entertainers to be there because y'all
Okay.
know how we do on my birthday show. And
Right.
we take care of people on that. And it's gonna be free. So everybody come out there. But go to themario.com. You can get access to all my products, my books, my apparel, my games, all of my shows, everything right there in one spot. Themario.com. Go there and win some tickets or something. Like
That's
real
what's
talk.
up. That's what's up,
Yep.
man. You make me feel like I'm not doing enough. You got about 30 jobs. I'm saying with one. Ain't
Man, I
this
do a lot, man. I'm at work right now. I'm at work right now.
yeah, you
I
work.
came
You
next
always
door
work.
to do my interview.
Yeah, you always working, man. And look, I want to say this too, man.
And I
I need
got
to
when
get
I get
out.
off tonight, lovers, when I
Okay.
get off tonight, I got a show at at
Yeah.
Never Say Die Bar opening for
Yeah.
Dion Curry tonight.
Yeah.
Then I got to get up in the morning and I got to sing at my mama's church. And then
Okay.
I got to leave there and I got to preach at somebody else's church.
Right.
What is that? When am I gonna get
Yeah.
some rest?
But you know what? Here's my favorite saying. I said this person one time in my job. They're like, man, you are always promoting. You always doing something, love, stand up, whatever, father, you doing everything. So why you said, when did you rest? Why do you always just doing so much? I said, man, I'm gonna tell you something. And I said this to him, hit him hard. He was like, he said, Dad,
Mhm.
that's pretty hard, man. He said, but it's real. I say, man, I have plenty of time to rest when I die. I said, until I die, I said, when I go down, I'm gonna keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not real. That's why I'm I have plenty of time to
I
rest when
got
I'm
it.
gone. And that's
Well,
where I'm
listen,
at.
I'm a rest when I get tired. When I'm ready to take a break, I'm taking a break. So
Right,
y'all
right.
like it or
Yeah,
not, I'm just
yeah. Man, but
that's
hey,
how it
I
is.
really, really appreciate you being part of this podcast, man. I'm glad I finally got you on here. I'll probably have
Yeah.
to get you back eventually when you ain't on one of your jobs. But hey, man, I really appreciate you being on here. I had fun. You
I,
know, we go back and we've done shows and we could keep going all night. I know with this podcast, but I'm glad you gave people some of you tonight on my podcast and put
yeah.
yourself out there. And I'm just happy to have you on my podcast, man. This is what I do in the Big LIC Community Podcast.
I
Keep being
appreciate you, brother.
Mario, which I know you're gonna do it, and you know I'm gonna keep following you. I keep posting your shows and keep promoting whatever you're doing, man. Ain't nothing but love here, man. But I stay humble in this game. Staying humble
That's
keeps
what's
me
up,
right.
man.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
what's up.
keep
I
doing it. And
appreciate you
keep,
today, man. For letting me
man,
come on,
come
brother.
on, man. Yeah, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you being part of this podcast because you definitely lightened it up today. You definitely brought that smile and your energy, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. So,
All right,
but I'm gonna
thanks,
let you
brother.
finish the rest of your day because I know you're doing things, and
All right,
keep
brother.
pushing, man. And I'm gonna keep supporting you. And much love to you, man. I mean that from the Big Head Life
All
City
right,
Community
brother.
Podcast. All
Same to
right,
you, bro. I appreciate it.
okay, all right, no problem. All right, that's the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. I just want to let y'all get a little bit of D Mario tonight. Like I said, they got down 21st Germantown karaoke at 9:30. Y'all come down here and do some karaoke, do some lip syncing, some Milli Vanilli, whatever it is, make you sound good, make you feel good. Uh, I try to always leave my podcast as a positive vibes. Before I leave, too, also make sure you check me out on my YouTube channel, Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. Check me out on Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast on Spotify. I'm also on Google Pocket, and I'm on another one too. I can't think of. And then, like I said, this has been shown on Facebook Live. But continue to check out this podcast. My favorite thing is LSI, Learn, Share, and Inspire. But I'm also going to, let me see if I can, I'm thinking. Also, yeah, check me out next month at the Louisville Comedy Club here in Louisville in October. I don't know the exact date, but it'll be on my page soon. And just keep doing and believing in whatever you're doing. We all have our good and bad days, but the only thing difference between the good and the bad days is how you carry it and your attitude. Uh, keep loving yourself and keep loving God. I'm the one and only Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. I'll be back here again at 21st Germantown on the second Saturday of the month. Don't know the exact date, but I'll be right back here. And y'all come down here and check out this karaoke and get some of this great food and great drinks they got. Matter of fact, as I'm saying that, I got about 5 people that are right over near me drinking and eating right now, and they are very quiet because the food is so good. See, they laughing now. So, but with that said, hey, I appreciate y'all tuning into my podcast. Much love to y'all, and keep doing what you're doing in your life, and make sure you always try to do something positive in your life. I'm the one and only Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see y'all next Saturday. Not next Saturday, take it back to second Saturday of the month. Much love to y'all.